Welcome back to the road to Formula 1. Today we're racing on the Long Beach Street circuit. And gee dang it man, this track is tough. Everywhere around you there's walls, no runoff areas, and this sounds like a recipe for disaster for a driver like me, but we'll just have to wait and see how this race goes. In the 7th division we're currently placed 10th, which is not too bad if I do say so myself. Now let's see if we can hold on to this position, or if we fail miserably to get anything done. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss a single race or a video. And before we begin, a big and special thanks to my beautiful baby boys Jorik, Arthur Cabral, Alex Fleming, JP Kelly, and all the other channel members as well, of course. Now let's get into the race.
Piss 18.
Alright.
Okay, Q.
Here we are
Stay out of trouble.
at Long
Go,
Beach.
go, go.
One of the most dangerous tracks I've ever driven in this car. There's no runoff area, only walls. You gotta really be precise as a surgeon at this circuit. If you're not, you're gonna spin out. So we have a big chance of spinning out today again. But man, I've been practicing this circuit and it's a tough one. Any mistake and you're just in the barriers and your car is totaled, you know? Ooh, already felt it slip in there. And this corner is just always awkward. And that's the corner I hate the most in the whole sim racing. There's no corner I like worst.
Well done, Q.
Yeah, I think that's good English.
Those exits.
This guy.
Car right, clear right.
Oh lord. Already in last place. We really gotta fight for any positions here. Oh, come on. Oh, I felt it slipping again. This circuit is just so brutal. And these cars especially. I've done it in the TCR cars where it feels like you're just karting a little bit. But in these, it's just, oh. I'm very scared to do each and every corner. Because I've slipped so much in practice. Oh, well, use the barrier a little bit to get it moving.
9.7.
Jesus Christ, 1.9? What are we doing? 1.13s.
That's last. That lap was at 1:13.
He's really pushing it. Gee dang it. Oh lord, oh lord. Well, we're not last anymore, that's for sure. And now we just gotta keep it on the track. Oh lord, oh lord. Ooh. That's what I mean, you just make one tiny slip and mistake and you're in the barriers. There's no runoff areas at all, so you cannot afford to make any mistakes. That's why I'm driving pretty slow. Because in the long term, it's mostly advantageous if you have a car that's not in pieces. In the long term, you're going to go faster that way. At least that's my thoughts about it.
Fastest lap for Crespo, 109.
Okay, come on, get a turn in. All right, baby. Now we're racing against Patrick Breurs.
E4.
I've seen him in other races as well. And maybe during this race we'll get more familiar, we'll get in the flow of things and hopefully we'll go faster and faster. But for now I'm just gonna keep it at a steady pace. Not going too fast. Because I'm a scaredy little cat. It's not the most exciting racing, but we're just hanging in here. Try to get it done. And you might be wondering why I'm mostly in third gear. That's because there's a lot of bumps in the circuit and you don't want wheel spin at all. Oh! Well, there my wheel got caught a little bit on the barriers. It might not feel like this for you guys watching at home from your couch eating some popcorn, but for me it is very intense to just, it's like threading the needle constantly. And let me know if you also have this experience with Long Beach. Maybe we'll get a cameo of Snoop Dogg somewhere here. He's from the LBC, Snoop D-O-double-G. Oh baby. Oh no, oh yay. I think that's one of the things I've learned myself while practicing the circuit. When you feel your hands being smooshed around by the wheel because you're going over bumps, leave the throttle alone a bit. Don't try to push it down too much because you're gonna wreck yourself. Jeez Louise. Miguel Crespo doing consistent 109s. That's crazy. The fastest I've done in practice while having this... In practice you have this feeling like I'm invincible. Any mistake I make, it doesn't matter, it's practice. I can test things out. Fastest I've done in practice is 111. Like a flat 111. So he's consistently 2 seconds faster in a race, which is crazy. Especially at a circuit like this. I don't know where he finds the time. Maybe there's a shortcut or something that I'm missing. But I think they only have shortcuts in games like Need for Speed and such. But maybe it's... this is a street circuit, so... Maybe it's also an iRacing. Who knows? I feel like you can push it a lot more in a lot of these corners, but I just don't want to mess with it too much because I'm not confident enough in my own oh god, in my own abilities driving this car. I've completed the first season of Archive 81 on Netflix, and I quite like the series, although it does... It's this horror series, and it does jump the shark quite a bit, sadly. Like, they show the monster, the bad guy, way too early, which kind of defeats the point of there's this whole mystery going on. And in the second episode, I think, they already show you, hey, there's like this demon or something. And then you're already... Then you already know the conclusion, you know? It's not the people that are weird, it's because of a demon, of course. So... I thought that was a little bit of a shame. I thought they should have kept that just on the background and not make it very, very obvious. Just, they could have had it as a plot point. This is very, very rambly if you haven't seen the series, but it's a series about a guy who restores videotapes, and he restores these tapes for a very shady Fortune 500 company. And you don't know why exactly, and he sees all this weird stuff in the tapes, and there's like he's unraveling a mystery by watching tape from the 90s. And it's an interesting point of view. It's a little bit like the Blair Witch at sometimes, but it's an enjoyable series. It's not top notch, I would not say that, but it's enjoyable enough. It's got a very well done production value. Is that the correct term for it? It looks and sounds amazing, that's for sure. But I could have gone on, and I think that's one of the things Twin Peaks did right in the 90s already. There was this central mystery that was only solved when the studio pushed for it. And I think more shows should recreate that. Hold off that excitement. Like you're building towards something and it's never really and it's never really within the grasp of the viewer, you know? Like there's always the next question to ask. But what about this? But what about that? And I think that's really captivating in TV if they do it right. That you're always watching and you're anxious to watch, or you're wanting to watch the next episode, so that you can unravel the mystery further. And by not showing all that much, and I think that counts for all horror movies and shows.
The gap behind is now 9.7.
Cloak the big bad in mystery. That's how you keep the mystery alive, and how you keep it interesting for the viewers. But that's my 2 cents. But back to Archive 81. I think it's a neat series. It's pretty fresh, I gotta say. I haven't seen. It's unlike a lot that I've seen already. So that was very, very nice to see. And because it's horror, because it's mystery, I was captivated quite a bit. I wanted to see what would happen next, and how all this stuff was intertwined. And I should really use my DRS more, but I keep forgetting it that I can use it on that straight. But yeah, I do recommend it if you're into horror and mystery. If you're not, it can get quite creepy. It's not the most horrific thing I've seen, but it is a good series in my opinion. A solid 7 out of 10. It's a shame that not more people are driving these cars, and I think that's one of the oh lord, that's one of the saddest points about this series that I'm doing here, is that I've chosen a car that's very tough to drive, but and very exhilarating to drive, that's for sure. But not a lot of other people are driving it, and that's why you're oftentimes left in races like this, where it's just you against the circuit and the car. And it is good experience to drive a car with such precision, or a car that requires such precision. It really makes you, I think it kind of makes me a better driver for even trying to get it right. Because if you're only driving GT3s or touring cars, you might get stuck in some kind of comfort zone, and you never really learn to drive it any other way than that. And by only just trying out these cars, I feel like I am forced to drive more precisely. And in GT3s, for instance, you don't have to. It is not required to be the most precise driver. If you want to win, it helps a lot, but you can keep it on the track fine. You can throw that car around. You can throw around GT3 cars fine around the track and have a good time. But you're not going to be the best on the circuit if you never
if you keep yourself to that mediocre mindset, which is an easy trap for me to fall in. Thinking I can get this car around the track fine. I'm not gonna practice more than needed, you know? And by driving these cars, I really have to put in the practice and effort to adjust to every track, find a way around every track, see where all the dangerous areas are, notice what to do and what not to do on every track, which gives this whole new dimension to racing, which I can then also apply to, say, GT3 racing. And I think that's a good tool to have in your toolbox. That's how I see this series, at least. I've chosen a very unpopular series, that's for sure, but nonetheless, it's a very it's a good learning experience for me. That's what I want to say. Ooh, you. Oh, and I think I can
6.4 seconds.
Use some DRS here as well. Okay, we gotta step it up, baby. He's really catching up quick. We really gotta push it. If I focus more on the track, I can get it done. I believe in myself here. Come on, I want to get at least 6 seconds away from this guy.
He's pitting.
Alan Jolly is pitting. Did he receive damage? If he's pitting, we might be able to get close to him. It is a good last name, Jolly. That's for sure. Oh yes, baby. We're in 3rd place already. Just by hanging around, you know. Excellent.
1:11.6.
Now we just gotta finish the race. And in these cars, that sometimes is harder than it looks. If you've seen my last race in these cars at Suzuka, it sometimes gets difficult with not spinning these cars. Jeez Louise. Oh, 1:11. That's good, that's good. Number 3 also left. That's a shame, that's a shame. Now we just gotta keep it on the track for the rest of the race. Keep the pace up so that we can leave Patrick behind us. Oh, Alan Jolly, he's still in the race. Ah, thank the Lord. I thought he was just gone. So I've been also practicing Sebring in the Dallara P270, 217, and man, that's tough. Because we're driving the Sebring 12 hours later on in the year, in March, and I'm really unfamiliar with LMP2s. I just have to put in a lot of practice. Because Sebring is, first of all, a very, very bumpy circuit. Second of all, LMP2s are very, very fast, and I'm very unfamiliar with them. which does put a lot of strain on my abilities as a driver. I don't know if that's the correct term, but I've been just practicing them against the AI. Oh god, no, oh lord. Oh, I thought I was a goner. But I've been practicing LMP2s against AIs on Sebring, and it's difficult to say the least. When I look at track guides, I'm 10 seconds behind the pace, so... But I've been practicing, I've been starting practicing, so I hope by getting more familiar with and the track and the car, we're able to shave off those 10 seconds and get up to speed and get steady as well, because I'm still having especially when I'm under pressure. Oh, please go around. Here are the boys. These guys are fast. Gee dang it. Snoop a little bit off their... no, they're too fast for me, that's for sure. They got a good setup, maybe. Oh no! Oh no! I hope my car is alright. My steering is not alright. We frick things up here, boys. But the LMP2s... Man, that's on a circuit like Sebring, it's so fast. And so bumpy that my brain has to really get in shape to get the reactions.
The guy behind's really new in. The gap's now 1.8 seconds.
The reaction speed, I would say, so that I can really do some good in that race. If it's if I remain very terrible in the Dallara P217, I'm just gonna hang up the coat, because I don't want to hold the team back for being the slowest and the worst. But we got some months, 2 months to still practice. So hopefully I'm able to get up to speed. And now we really got to defend from this guy behind us with a little bit of a bent steering wheel. Come on, baby. Defending. Use some DRS here to get a little bit ahead. Come on, we can hold off this guy for a couple of laps. In essence, it's just 4 minutes of holding this guy off.
Fastest lap for Crespo, 109.3.
Oh no, he ran into the wall. Are you alright, Patrick?
You've just done a 112.1.
That's a shame. I was hoping for a little bit of battling in the last 4 minutes, but... Uh-oh. Ooh, well, that could have caused a little battling as well. I'm very, very sweaty, I gotta say. It's maybe a too personal of a detail, but this track, it just makes me sweaty. It really gets the blood pumping. Jeez Louise. Just knowing that too hard on the brakes locking up, it's over for you. Too much throttle in a corner, spinning out, it's over for you. I don't know if other open wheel series are way more popular. I know that Skip Barber is very popular, but I wanted to do some very, very fast racing. And I know that Skip Barber is not all too fast. These cars, they're really sensitive, and I'm always anxious when I'm driving them.
That's a new fastest lap.
And maybe that's also good practice for if I'm able to do F1 next season. That I just learn how to deal with the anxiety of driving such fragile and fast cars. No, not now, baby. Well, I gotta say, I'm kind of proud of myself that this time we didn't spin the car out. I have still some corners to go, so this can go completely wrong, and that would be pretty funny, but normally I would spin it out on the first lap, of course, which is really my staple of doing things, but
Wow, Frank, thanks for that ride. It was pretty good.
Here we go. And that's it.
Podium finish. Nice
Podium
one.
finish, baby. 3rd out of 6. And that's how you do it. I hope you enjoyed this laid back episode of me just keeping the car on the track. And yeah, we're getting somewhere. A complete race without crashing. That's a step up from the last race, for sure. Thank you for watching, if you made it this far. And I hope to see each and every one of you beautiful baby boys in the next video. I love you guys. Mwah.